Hello, everyone. How you doing? Uh, I don't know how long I'm gonna sit here, okay? Because I want to go in my room, and it is hot here in Central California. I want to say Southern, but I'm in Central, okay? And it's almost triple digits here. I think it's in the 90s, in the high 90s. Oh, let me get my phone, okay? And now I was looking at someone said about that bill that Trump is proposing, the big beautiful bill, the BBB. That's what they call it, the BBB. Okay, and someone made a statement that there was a paragraph in there referring to the age of consent being 8 years old, and I'm like 8 years old. So before I came here just now, I decided to look it up on the internet to look it up and see if that's in there. Now they say that's not in there. So if you guys know better, okay, shoot me the link, okay, because I don't see it. There is something in there that states children who are under 7 years old can get $1,000, okay, if they are American citizens and if they are under the age of 7 and they have to have a social security number. Okay. And I think the parents have to provide their social security number. So what they're going to do is and it has to be you apply at the Donald Trump bank. Okay. And they're not going to give you $1,000. I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. Okay. It's $1,000 that they're going to put in a savings account at the Donald Trump bank. Okay. And it's going to collect interest. Okay. So it's savings account collecting interest. Okay. And the child will not be able to draw on the funds until they are the age of 18 or 19. It might be 19, okay? So make sure you do your due diligence, make sure you do your homework. However, okay, please note that you're not going to be able to withdraw all that money, okay? However much it's supposed to be. I'm pretty sure they know how much the calculation is depending on what market they put it into. If it's adjustable, then it's going to go up and down. If it's a fixed rate, okay, then you want to make sure the interest is compounded. Okay. So with that said, that you won't be able to withdraw all the money at when they turn 19. You'll be able to draw some of the money. You could use it for whatever, down payment, tuition, whatever you want to use it for. Okay, you won't be able to draw all of the money until the age of 30. Okay, that's what was said. Now you can look it up. Okay, that's if the bill passes. I don't know. Okay, child, talk to me, people, talk to me. Oh, wait, I got to put my. See, I don't like to do top chat because when you do top chat, you don't get all the chats. You got to put it on live chat. Okay, so I got my cards here. And I'm gonna have to start writing my questions down because I be forgetting. But I've been paying attention to this little Donald Trump. Oh, did you hear? Okay, the scandal in the White House. Okay, the scandal in the White House. The guy named Stephen Miller. Okay, he is head of secretary. Oh, sheesh, I ain't got my phone. I forgot what he was secretary of. Was he secretary of the defense? Or is that just something that flows through me okay right now? But he's got a job up there in the White House. Come to find out that apparently his wife has went to go work for Milan. Okay, Milan Musk, Elon. I want to say Milan. Okay, Elon Musk. Okay, full time, and apparently they have some little thing going on. So the rumor has it is that Elon stole his wife from him. Okay, that's what they saying. You know, oh, and not only that, okay, we're gonna ask the cards. Okay. Let me tell you what's going on. I ordered some cards from Walmart. Well, I ordered a chair. I ordered a chair. They said it was delivered. My mom never got it. So I got to work on that. I'll keep you updated on that. She hasn't received it. And the I ordered some cards, okay, from Walmart. These are some tarot cards, and I haven't received them. They told me that it's going to be late. I look it up and I track it, and all I get is in transit. Okay, nothing else. You know how it tells you from what city, what facility it goes to? Mm-mm. It says in transit, in transit. And in transit means nothing to you or me. Okay, it doesn't tell us nothing. We know it's in transit. We already know that. That's why we tracking it. Okay. So it was supposed to have arrived here Thursday. Here it is Saturday, and I've nothing. Still stuck on in transit. Mhm. So I ordered another deck, okay, from eBay. And it's similar to this deck that I'm waiting on, but it's more beginner friendly, okay, because I'm a beginner. Okay. So we want to ask the cards. Okay. I want to shuffle again, get them good and shuffle. We want to ask the cards if it's true that Milan is on drugs. They say that this fool was up in the White House, okay, high on ketamine, and whatnot. Let's cut the deck. Let's see what they say. Now, this really is not the deck that I would ask questions like that. This is more oracle. This is an oracle deck, okay? But we're gonna see what we get. Anyway, two-faced, okay? Then we got to go up with new opportunities, new career, okay? Yes, that makes sense. And then he's cutting ties, okay? So the bottom card is drowning. Drowning over your head, overextended, rock bottom, okay? That sounds drug related, especially that last word, rock bottom. So these are my cards that I got. So we got two-faced, a double life, cheater, backstabber. Oh wow. Now did I was just saying now I was just saying that about the man's wife in the White House that he supposedly had stole. Okay, I wasn't asking for that, but hey, we got a little extra information here. This is what I'm getting. Okay, then we got the glow up. Okay, what's the glow up about? The glow up is new opportunities, new career, successful business. Okay, now what this is saying is that we know he's got new opportunities because he left the White House. Okay, his what was it, 3 or 4 month trial period is over with, and he's gone, and he supposedly went back to Tesla. I'm not for sure, but oh, okay. So the new opportunity, see, this is what I'm saying that these words help me, okay? Uh um he's got that company, Starlink. He's got that company Starlink, but there's another company I think that they're supposed to be coming up on. Okay. So yeah, see? Okay. And then we have cutting ties. Okay. So freedom, standing up, awaken. Okay. Now, standing up and the freedom, okay, the way this card hits me is yes, he's cutting ties. He's cutting ties with this White House Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. Okay. So he's cutting ties with that. We know that. But it's just the fact that even though we already know that, it's how the cards are coinciding. okay, with what we know. See, that's we got a rapport here, okay? And the awaken, and this is the future. Past was two-faced, okay, double life, cheater, and the glow up is in the present, okay, which is now because he's left and he's have more opportunities awaits him. Okay, it says successful business. So, and you know what? Now that I think about it, he's more successful than uh, his businesses, as far as the businesses, than Donald Trump, because Donald Trump filed bankruptcy for all his businesses. He tanked them, okay, and he's failing at the presidency too. Okay. Mhm. So the cutting ties, I would take it as him departing his duties for Doge. Okay. And oh, standing up. He need to stand up for that black eye. They said he got a black eye and blamed it on the little boy. He said his little boy punched him in the eye. Now, why the little boy would punch you in the eye and your eye is that black? We know how hard, okay, we know what a black eye is. And we know that there's levels to these black eyes. Okay. You can just get the little darkening right here on the lid. You may get something under here, little puffiness under here. Then you get that the black eye. Okay. So there's levels to this. And he looked like he got the black eye. Okay. He came in the scene, when he healed up so because it looked like it was worse than that. Okay. We just keeping it real. Okay. And so the drowning right here, okay. The underlying card over your head, we could tell that he's over his head, and I think he's over his head in the drugs too. I really do and hitting rock bottom. Overextended. Yes, he did overextend his stay. He overextended it because his company at Tesla is sinking. Okay, while you hanging out with the president when you should have went back long time ago. Okay, it was just a temporary job anyway. We all know that you didn't have to stay the whole 4 months and then acted a fool and tanked a bunch of these what would you call it, programs, the government programs. See, okay, if you guys want to ask the cards some questions or you want to ask me some questions and then we go through the cards, feel free to do so. It's free of charge. Get it while it's free, honey. Okay. I may be a beginner, okay, for the cards, but okay, I ain't that much of a beginner. Okay, just letting you know. Okay, so we want to shuffle because we want to get them good and sort it out here. hmm Anybody want to? Oh, nobody. Y'all quiet. Okay, so anyway, that is going on up there in the government so far, in this bill that has to. Let's ask because a lot of people have been asking about this bill. If this bill is going to pass, let's see what the cards is going to tell us. Okay. Uh, some people say yes, some people say no. Okay. Now, I just want to give you a little background on me since we're doing these cards. Okay. Is when it comes to the cards, I don't have a dog in the fight. Okay. You see what I'm saying? I really could care less when it comes to the politics. I really could care less as far as I am a Democrat. Okay. But it is hard for me to side with the Democrats. Okay, just side with the Democrats when I see all the stuff that's going on in the government. Okay, I'm not saying this side, I'm not saying that side, because to me, there's a problem with both sides. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you the number one of the problems, one of the main problems, okay, with the Republicans and the Democrats is that they too old. They just too old. They sitting up there farting dust, okay? Meanwhile, we down here drowning, trying to figure out what's going on. Now we done got this man in the White House. They told you not to vote for that man. It was all them Republicans that you guys had to vote for, and y'all voted for him. Man, oh man. Okay. I ain't saying, okay, I know you're Republican and you're gonna vote your party. Okay. But y'all had too much better choices for me, from my perspective. It was too many better choices to choose from than to choose from Donald Trump. And that was, I was thinking along those lines when he first ran for president, when he first got elected. And I'm like, what? Oh my God, y'all elected him? Okay, wait, oh, wait, I thought y'all had more class than that. Mm. I ain't want to talk and you didn't hear from me, but we're going to ask the question, okay? Is the big, beautiful bill going to pass? Okay, this is a question for my tarot cards that I haven't received. Hey, Sherry. Okay, let's ask. Okay, that's a good question. Real good question. Okay, so let's see what the cards say as far as this big, beautiful bill. And I get the three cards, okay? And the three cards stand for past, present, and future, right? Okay. And usually on this is an oracle day. And usually when it I answers, it's been giving me good answers and correct answers, but it's also been giving me uh past, present, and future answers. Okay. That's what I feel. So we have suffering in silence. Envy. This is regarding the bill. So I got to put a story together because and the underlying card, ooh, time. So we're talking delay, procrastination, and too busy. Okay. So the first card is suffering in silence, unspoken desires, real feelings, and broken dreams. Now, this uh I think really is in the past, okay? Suffering in silence and the unspoken desires, okay? Because I get the feeling from Donald Trump too, is that, like I was saying, he's old, okay? And it's a lot of I think he's not gonna say it because he's got all these people in this White House doing his, I'm not even saying doing his dirt or doing his bidding, but doing what they want to do. And I don't think that is really on his agenda if he's even paying attention. Okay, that's why I had to look up the one when they were talking about age of consent, 8 years old, and I'm like, that don't sound like Donnie. Now I know they're after the children. I know they're after these young children. Okay, but that doesn't seem like Donnie, okay, being after the young children. Not saying that he's not. This is alleged entertainment purposes, and these are my views, my thoughts, and my intuition, honey. We got envy for the present. Envy. Resentful, ooh, competitive and discontent. Okay, so I'm taking that there's a lot of resentment and there's a lot of discontent about the bill. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna keep this short. That's what I'm gonna say. So there's a lot of, well, the bill didn't pass. They didn't pass the bill the first time, did they? So yeah, and there it is there. Okay, a lot of people they resent the bill. It's they want to get what they want to get. You know how they do. They do this every time there's a bill to pass. Okay. We're not new to this. We true to this. Okay. Every time it doesn't fail. Okay. Somebody didn't get their little paragraph in and they mad. That's basically what it comes down to. Okay. So now today we got good vibes and we're now in the moment. That's what this card says. Okay. That's for the future. Okay. And we're going to look at the health, like you said, because that's all he has is today. Now, isn't it? So to speak. So to speak. Okay. And like I said, the underlying card is time. Okay, so time, too much procrastination, too much being busy. Okay, and we know Donald Trump don't want to be bothered. He didn't want to be bothered the first time. That's why we took such a delay to him to act when the COVID broke out. Okay, and then he let everybody tell him all this crazy stuff. Okay, and how to cure it, to the point of, or almost to the point of, drinking bleach. Okay. So you want to ask the card about what was that? Is Trump hiding his illness? Is Trump hiding in illness? Okay. That's what they want to know. What about Trump's health? Is he as healthy as he said he is? Is there something else going on and he's not telling us? Uh oh. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. We got a card turned the other way. Let me stick that card in there. Okay, there we go. I'm shuffling in a way. He looks sick to well. A lot of people saying he looks sick, and he doesn't really look sick to me. He looks um he looks old. He looks like he could be sick. He could be tired. He could be sick and tired. Okay, but a lot of people are saying what they're saying, and I've been watching them do the cards, whether it be tarot, oracle, or just a prediction on his health. And I don't know. I don't see it. I don't really see it. I'm not saying that it's not okay. Let's cut, but I'm just saying I don't see all what they're talking about. Now there could be some stuff in there, but okay. So let's look. Ooh. Well, okay. The underlying card is puzzled, confused, perplexed, and conflicted. That is underlined. That's the underlying issue here. Okay. So we have paranoid. We know he's paranoid. Who wouldn't be? Somebody shot at me, almost blew my head off. Okay, I'd be paranoid too. He wear a bulletproof vest. You know that. Okay, and so does that little boy too, Baron, when he come on stage. And I'm pretty sure, what's his name? His wife, Melania. Okay, I know she wearing some body armor. Okay, it's probably why she frowning. Okay, so he's being cautious, he's insecure, and he's being guarded. Okay, well we know he's being guarded, but I'm gonna say my intuition tells me that he's feeling guarded. He's to himself. Okay, because of what's going on around him, and like you say, his health. Now, nurturing comes up in the present. Okay, and mentorship, wisdom, and giving back. Okay, I think some of this has to do with that bill, okay, that we were talking about. And because in the bill, he wants to give back. And that's the one where I was telling you about the children being able to open a savings account at his bank. And they're going to give him $1,000, okay, and keep it in their bank and everything like that. And yeah, so he feels like he's giving back and he's mentoring, okay, with all that, okay. But then in the future, we got laughter, happiness, joy. See that? Healing. We got healing, okay. Now, I would take it if doesn't answer really that question on does he have an underlying illness. So we're going to do the cards again, okay. But in the future, he's got some healing going on, okay. The thing about it is the healing could be it doesn't have to be health. It could be hurt feelings, okay? It could be misunderstandings, you know what I'm saying, from the past. And he gets that situated. You got some healing going there. Maybe spiritual, because we all know they all of them up in there need some spiritual healing. Okay. So let's give the another go. Okay. We're gonna ask as far as Trump's health concerned, okay, is Trump sick? Let's ask, is he sick? Is he sick? Cut the cards. Is Trump sick? And the underlying card is, ooh, recharge, breathe, let go, clear your mind. Oh, okay. So, cutting ties, okay. Freedom, standing up, awakening. Oh, we got some feminine energy going on, okay. And karmic, third party haters, okay. With this right here is cutting ties. Okay. So that let us know that he's been cutting ties. Yes, we know he broke up with Elon and somebody else. And I think there's some other people that he's got his mind on that he's thinking about cutting ties with in his administration. Okay. And giving him a little freedom and standing up. Because I think too is that with these people that are around him and so-called working for him, okay, trophy wise is not good to have. But see, here's the thing about it though. That's really not such a crazy statement. Okay. Trophy wise is not a good thing to have. That's what he got. He trying to tell you something. See, and that's what that feminine energy is coming. Gentleness, nurturing, mothering. Okay, this is what you need, and this is what you don't get in a trophy wife. You don't get all this nurturing and mothering, okay, in a trophy wife. hmm So he may have. What else did he say? Okay, so now we have karmic, and this is karma. Third parties, haters, lessons learned. Okay. And this is going to be in the future. And I believe something about lessons learned came up. Somebody else was doing a reading on Trump, and lessons learned, okay, came up. Well, the thing about, okay, Trump, he ain't gonna say he's not saying anything good. He's old and bitter. Now that doesn't mean he's sick. Okay, but what you can see is the bitterness that he's, when you grow old, you can be an old happy old man, or you can be a bitter old man. Okay, the choice is yours. And he seems to be bitter. He's got a lot of people angry with him. He's just he's just ghetto. He's just ghetto. Okay. I mean, being a grumpy old man is not out of his character. I'm trying to tell you. And he be saying stupid stuff. He always been saying that. And then that's what gets me is when they criticizing him. But he been doing this from day one. And then they want to say stuff, y'all got, that's what I'm saying. I don't really see it. Y'all got to show me more than that. So I'm going to tell you right now, as far as the underlying energy is concerned, and my intuition tells me from what the cards are saying is no, he's not sick. hmm But let everybody else tell it. Uh, he may have health issues going on, which I do think he does have. But as far as being sick, I don't think he's sick. Okay, he's growing old and he needs to sit down somewhere. He been needed to sit down, okay, and and enjoy the rest of his life and play golf without having to do all the stuff he did. But here's the thing too is Donald the Donald is suffering is reaping what he sowed. You sow discord, you're gonna reap discord. Okay? That's just life. Okay. You want to sit up there and you want to be messy and complaining and be lying and cheating. Okay. That's just what you're going to get back. Now you got everybody lying and cheating on you. How about that? Okay. So let's jump. Okay. Because we can always go back and forth with Diddy. What's up with Diddy? Ooh. Oh, man. Diddy and his mama. Okay. Diddy and his mama. We've been down this track before, Diddy and his mama. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've been watching the videos that have been coming up on these testimonies. And I'm starting to get suspicious on these testimonies. See, that's why I need my other the other deck of cards. Okay, I'm getting suspicious on these testimonies. Okay, we got people testimony. Okay, that should be facing charges allegedly. Okay, from what I heard. Now, I was telling you before. I remember about how people are testifying, volunteering testimony, because this is volunteer. I'm not talking about the prosecution. I'm talking about the volunteer testimony that these people are coming, and some of these people that are coming up, so they say it's court, but should you be in the what is it, the defendant? See, with Diddy, okay, Oprah. They got one Oprah volunteer to testimony. Oprah, where them girls, Oprah? What you got to testify about? On P. Diddy. And who else? J-Lo. J-Lo, wasn't you the one that gave P? They had the gun. You gave it to P. Diddy. And P. Diddy shot the girl, gave it back to you. And y'all had to take off running. Okay. We ain't found the gun yet. Okay. But wasn't that you? How you gonna testify against P. Diddy? Getting it documented like y'all trying to get ahead of the game here. And who else? Oh, they said that Kid Cudi. Now I never was into Kid Cudi. I've heard the name. Okay, I couldn't even tell you a song he did. Okay, uh, um, to me it was like he was a one hit wonders. There was a lot of them kids, matter of fact, up there with P Diddy. That was pretty much one hit. You see him, okay, one or two times. You don't see him no more than that. Okay, right? So I went. They said Kid Cudi, even Usher. But we can understand Usher, okay? We can understand Usher and we can understand Justin Bieber more so than we can understand Oprah, J Lo. They even had Bill Cosby, okay? Now, Bill Cosby went up there and gave his testimony. Uh, he just testified, volunteered a testimony on things that he witnessed when he was at the Diddy parties, when he was uh, with Diddy, and things started happening uh, and stuff, just like the rest of the people. Deals that were up got fell through. Okay, somebody called me up, but he's an older man. He's more secure about himself, so he didn't really take all that stuff, okay, to heart like a lot of people did. Okay. But he was talking about things that he witnessed. Okay. Now, I tell you what, where the bodies at? Y'all think, what do you think? Do you think there's some bodies, okay, in all this P. Diddy stuff? Now, it don't matter who it could be related. It could be political. It could be this. It could be that. Okay. It's okay. We know Diddy ain't the only one that has something to do with this. He couldn't have did it by himself. We know all that. Okay. But I think there's some bodies hidden. Let's ask the cards. Okay. Does P. Diddy have some bodies, some dead bodies hidden? Okay. I don't know what kind of answers we're gonna get from this deck. However, I want to get the true crime. I want to get the true crime deck. Okay. But I don't know if I want to pay. I'm not, let me get the deck that I was supposed to get. Let me get that. Okay. Yes, let me get that deck. Mm, mm, mm. Yes, we want to know. Somebody made an implication. There was a drawing with P. Diddy and I don't know if it was Oprah or was it Cassie. And then there was the floor with all these bodies underneath. Should they be digging up the property? Oh, is that trial a mess or what? Mm-mm. The dead bodies, where they go? We're looking for bodies now. Dead bodies. What's on the bottom? Puzzled. It's a big puzzle. Confused, perplexed, conflicted. All that. Toxic. Family. Trap. Whoa. Okay. So we got toxic. We got drama. We got arguments. Incompatibility right here. Okay. Oh yeah. Look at it. Don't let it be the mushroom. Didn't the psychedelic mushrooms, girl? Okay. Yes. So I think that some of them people, and this is the past. I think some of them people was drug OD, okay, some kind of way. You got too many people, you drugging up too many people without no mishaps. Okay. Now we got family, blood ties, and inner circle. Okay. So I take it that the people in his circle know. Not only did they know, but they had something to do with it too. That's why everybody running scared. And then they want to hurry up and testify, okay, and get their testimony on record, like that's gonna help them if they do bust them wide open. Okay, that's what it says, people. Trapped. Now, if you buried underground, you are trapped. You do know that, right? This says stuck. No options, unforgiveness. That sounds buried to me. Okay. So this is allegedly entertainment purposes only. These are my thoughts. Okay. Uh I would say yes, there are some bodies. We just haven't found them yet. Okay. And yeah, I'm not surprised. Are you? He must got the drugging for Bill Cosby. Well, the thing about it was is this stuff with drugging people and putting stuff in their drink goes back before Bill Cosby. Okay. They've been doing this before Diddy was born. Okay. What it is now, though, okay, is they have more sophisticated drugs. These people are not even able to remember. Okay. And The majority of people have no memory. Some of it is suppressed, some of it is washed, okay? That's what the drug is for. It is supposed to knock you out and erase your memory. Okay, let me give you an example. You know those drugs they give it to you for like abortion. Okay, they give it to you for abortion. That was way back in the day, but now they give it to you for surgery, outpatient surgery. Okay, uh, colonoscopy, they give it to you for colonoscopy. I think they give it to you for endoscopy too, going down your throat. And the medicine is to help you relax, okay? And you kind of forget. You may remember bits and pieces, but you don't really remember too much. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And they're getting hold of stuff like that. And I think it's gotten a little more sophisticated. Okay. And like he said, I remember going to the man's house and going there and kicking it. I remember so and so seeing so woo 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 woo. I took two sips and then I don't I went home. So there's nothing really big about it. You see what I'm saying? As far as some people's testimonies, there's really nothing to ring bells. They just think they've drank too much. And if they feel that way, they've probably done it before. You see what I'm saying? They probably drunk too much and wake up. I don't know how I got here. Typical scenario. So we got these folks, they stuck. Okay. There you don't have no options. And if you're dead, you don't have any options that we know of. Unforgiveness, okay. Got some ghost lingering. Okay. You got some unsettled spirits. And then we have puzzled. Okay. And so when you are drugged like that, okay, you're conflicted, you're perplexed, you're confused. Okay. You're puzzled. The cards are saying it. Okay. The cards are saying it. So it ain't just me. I'm just the shuffler. I'm just the dealer. Okay. I'm just the dealer. And that's what these cards are saying, that allegedly there's some bodies buried somewhere. Hmm. Oh, and Bill Cosby says, she's okay. He said, they talking about me. I ain't got nothing on this guy. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Now, what's come up recently in the news is the Diddy pardon. Okay. They want to know, somebody asked Trump if he was going to give Diddy a pardon. Well, doesn't he have to be convicted first before he can get the pardon? Okay. Because he can't get presidential immunity. That's only for the president. So we know that. Okay. But they had asked Trump, and Trump gave this reply as to no, I have to think about it. Now, let's ask this question. Is Trump, okay, is Trump all up in the sauce? Is Trump all up in Diddy's sauce when it comes to these white parties, these druggings, and these sexual escapades? Okay, so he does have to be convicted. So does Trump have to do anything to do with Diddy's parties? Let's see what the cards say. Okay, we're gonna cut. Now, even if the cards don't tell us, I'm gonna tell you one thing, okay? Just because if he did not have anything to do with the parties, he had dealings with the Ditster. Bottom card, ooh, stagnant, dead end, okay, stuck, frozen. Okay, so that is, I take it, their dealings. Okay, they stuck like Chuck. Oh, yes, they have reached their dead end. Okay, and this is frozen in time, drowning Glow up, Archangel Michael. Okay, for protection, prevented from harm, divine intervention. Drowning, over your head, overextended, and they've hit rock bottom. Okay, that's what's going on here. Okay, they are going down parallel lanes that are not touching yet. They're going down the same in the same direction alongside each other. Okay, without touching yet. Okay, I get it that the underlying card stagnant. Okay, when they get stuck at that dead end and frozen in time, that is where they meet. We got the glow up. The glow up is new opportunities, new careers, successful business. Okay. That is what's in here. Okay. And I could go along with the new opportunities. I don't know about the new career. Okay. Now, in the present time, though, now that I think about it, if we're talking about Diddy, okay, and he gets pardoned, he will have new opportunities. He will have a new career. Well, here's the thing about it. Okay. He can't help but have some new opportunities, whether they're good or bad. Okay, he going to have a new career because the one he got now is gone. Okay, ain't nobody giving him no job in the music industry. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna. Will he be successful? It says successful business. We don't know. Okay, we don't know. Then we have Archangel Michael. Okay, who's offering protection, prevented from harm, and divine intervention. So I've taken that. These are for the people, the victims. Okay, that they got some protection upon them. Okay, so it's not really saying on whether he had anything to do at these parties. Okay, but it is giving us some insight that, like I said, it didn't have to be the parties. It could be the dealings. Okay, the business deals. And from my understanding, there were some business deals. Okay, there were some business deals, but like I say, right now it's up and it's stuck. It's stagnant. Okay, so now we want to ask, will Trump give Diddy a pardon? Will he actually give him a pardon if he is convicted? If Diddy is convicted of the crimes, okay, and his crimes is racketeering, okay, and from the victims coming forward and the story that they're spinning, yeah, he's definitely we we are looking, and what we don't realize, okay, is the human trafficking that we have going on, okay. And I was thinking that I was looking at Sloan Bella, and she was talking about the people being trafficked, and I know I can relate to what she's saying, but I didn't think about it like that. Think about it. You know those people who be selling them flowers and then people selling the fruit and the little whatchamacallits all on the street. You know, they undocumented. Most likely they look like they undocumented. And why are they selling stuff on the street when they can get a job and and all this stuff, those people are more than likely trafficking. Okay. And let me cut the cards. This right here is gonna be on the pardon. Okay, that's what I'm cutting. I shuffled the deck for. But what I wanted to tell you was I didn't think about it like that. Okay, I see these people, and I know when I lived in Lake Elsinore, okay, back in the days, and the girls, there was this bar, it's a popular bar, okay, in the town, and they were talking about the girls they were dancing. I've been to the bar a couple times, but I've never been to see anybody dancing or whatever. That's not what I went there for, okay. But they were talking about they were working there, okay, working there to pay off their passage, their debt to being brought over here to America. Now, that's human trafficking. Okay, but I didn't think about it like that. You paying your passage, you got to pay for your passage, you know, even though you illegal, but or for whatever reason you working it off, but that's human trafficking because not only are they selling these people, they having these people work for to work off their debt. Okay, it could also be working it off in a sexual way too. Whoa, or standing on the street selling items or all that. Did you think of it like that? I bet you didn't think of it like that either. And so just think that we are seeing trafficking right before our eyes, but we don't see it as we're not seeing it as trafficking. But that's what it is. Underlying card. Smell the roses. Smell the roses. Slow down. Take some you time. Get out in nature. That is the underlying card on Will Trump pardon Diddy? Okay. And let's see what three cards we got. Suffering in silence. We know that's Diddy. Okay. Drowning. That's Diddy too. And then we got some harmony for the future. Okay. So, will he pardon him? Suffering in silence, unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. Well, we definitely know that. Okay, definitely. Okay, and we can say this about both parties if you really want to know. Okay, yeah, and then they're drowning over your head, over extended rock bottom. And I think this is the dilemma right here as far as both of them. We got Diddy drowning over there, and we got Trump drowning over up there in the White House. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Be careful what you wish for because you wish that you had got won the presidency so you wouldn't have to go to prison, but all the time you up in that prison because you're scared to go anywhere because they already tried to shoot you in the head. Okay, so you can't go anywhere. Okay, then you got all these folks running around your house. Okay, doing deals, willing and dealing, and you didn't hire all these criminals. So I know they got you going for one. Okay, that's how criminals do. Okay, thick as thieves up in the White House, thick as thieves. Okay, then okay. You've overextended, okay? So now you didn't made these deals and stuff like that, and now you kind of caught in a dilemma because if you do bail him out, everybody gonna be looking at you, and if you don't bail him out, he gonna tell on you, okay? But in the future, it's all gonna work out, okay? Balance, peace, and happiness, okay? So if that's the case, I would say he's not gonna bail him out. Okay, both of them are drowning, both of them are suffering. Okay, and both of them wish they could just get some harmony and some peace. Okay, and bailing him out may not be the answer, allegedly. Okay, now I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Okay, we'll come to these questions again too when I get my other deck. Okay, see what that deck says. It's fun to have different decks and see what they say. Mhm. So, anybody else want to ask a question? Sherry, I think he will give Trump a lot of money to pardon him. He ain't gonna have no money. What money he gonna have? Because here's the thing, okay? If you get convicted, all his money and assets are gonna be confiscated. So unless you make a deal with somebody who hasn't been convicted, like Oprah, Tyler Perry, to pay you to bail you out, okay. And then the thing about it is, even though Donald Trump getting all this money, okay, he got all these bills to pay, these lawsuits, okay, these charges, them 38 counts. See what I'm saying? So you got to look at I mean, the thing about it is these both of these people, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. And both of these people, look at their life. Look at their life. Do you want their life? I know you want the money. I'm not even gonna ask that. Okay, but do you want their life? What there it is there. There's your answer. If Trump ain't gonna help him without no money, then he's stuck like Chuck. Cause he ain't gonna have no money. Say, because once they convict him, they gonna put a freeze on all his assets. Yeah, I'd rather be broke. It's just too. It's just. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Now you sitting up in the White House, the number one man in the United States, and you bringing the number one man, number one of the number one countries down. And did you know that we used to be ahead in the technology in the ahead in technology, and we're not? Do you know we're not? Okay. America used to be number one. We're not anymore. We're not. We can't even be trusted. They telling people don't even go to America. We can't guarantee your flight back. And then you sit up there and you all this money and y'all look like y'all just gonna be broke. That's what it looked like. And the thing with Diddy, they want to know who's no. Well, here I like I said, okay. This is why I'm saying that there's something behind this, is something going on. Okay. These people are not who they say they are. They are not Americans, okay, because this is not America. Okay. Uh Fighting for the rich and suppressing the poor is not America. Make America great again. Okay, that's what made America great. Is because we would fight for the poor man. Okay, we would give him shelter. Okay, we were a rich company, a country. Okay, and we were not selfish with our. He wants to be Putin, but he need to go over there and be Putin. Look, here's my thing. Go buy you an island. Go buy you a state. Go buy you a place, okay? And go run that. And you can be all you can be. You see what I'm saying? You want to take a state down at the same time. You wouldn't have even been able to get nowhere, okay, if it wouldn't have been for the United States. Because your daddy, he owned the whole house. That's what y'all got rich on. Your daddy, he okay, was a pimp. See? Two can play that game. And then Elon is not even American. He didn't got kicked out. What, they didn't kick him out of South Africa? He didn't pardoning people. He pardoning people. What was the religious people that was doing time for, apparently they did fraud. Okay, one of the mega churches. Here's the thing. If it's a mega church, it's a fraud. Okay. If it's a mega church, it's a fraud. Okay. Because if you have a mega church, that means that you putting all your money into getting all these people under one roof, giving you their money to put in your pocket. I don't see any of these mega churches with a mega community. See what I'm saying? Y'all got all this money. You got jets and flying here. I don't even know what you're flying for. What you flying for? You need a private jet for what? You're supposed to be handling the situation in your town, okay? In your state, you're supposed to be having low income housing, free meals, three hot meals a day for people who are homeless or who need food. You should have a food bank. What are you doing? What you doing with all that money and a helicopter? See what I'm saying? We've been asking these questions long ago, and I'm gonna tell you the problem is that turned your back on God. You turned away because if you hadn't, you wouldn't be in this mess. See, you're scared, you're afraid, you don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, and you said no, 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 no. He didn't give you a heart of fear. Okay, he had you stand up for what's right. That's what America was about. We wasn't about all this conniving and conniving and all these crooks up in the White House. Oh my God. We had we have rich resources, okay? We were sharing with other countries. That's what makes people great, okay? Not all this suppression and fear and greed, just sheer greed. Now you remember, what does it have? God bless America. Isn't that the song? God bless America. Okay. Don't lose my day job. It's okay. It's okay. See, okay. But I'm trying to tell you, once you start getting back on there, okay, bring God back, bring them back into the schools, bring them back into your lives, okay? Uh, 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 Act. If you don't go to church, okay, that don't mean you can't be godly. Goodness gracious. And then what do we have on the money? What do they put on the money? In God we trust. In God we trust. God bless America. And y'all done let these folks come in here and tell y'all that they was offended by your higher power. And so now you're gonna take this out and take that out and take that. They was breaking you down from the get-go. Now look at this mess up in the White House. Okay. They can't see the forest for the trees. Okay, they so mixed up. But when they get out, don't y'all put them back in. Learn your lesson. Don't put them back in. You don't have to put them back in. You ain't got to. You got these people. They money. They taking your money. Okay, you ain't got to give them your money. His crypto will be his demand. Girl, oh, what you say to crypto, not the crypto. Okay, and we ain't talking to crits and watts. We talking crypto. Okay. Isn't that the imaginary money online? And I couldn't, I still can't figure out why you would spend or give your real money and buy imaginary money. That don't make sense to me. Okay. You're gonna take your real money and you're gonna send it to these people to give you some kryptonite. There's no rules and regulations. You don't understand it. I'm gonna tell you why you don't understand it. Because it ain't real. It ain't real. That's why. It's okay. If it's real and it's something that's true and honest, you don't have to be mind boggled like that. Okay. Uh to understand. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Now, when you talking about spend your money and you can buy this, what she say? What's that commercial? She said, "Give me 17 cents in Bitcoin." 17 cents in Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? So they have created some virtual money, which isn't which is invisible, which is nothing. There's no regulations on this stuff, meaning that all of a sudden they go bankrupt. Oh, y'all, okay, we about to go bankrupt. Okay, I don't know what happened. My homeboy and they ran off with y'all money. Okay, I'm out of here. Bye. That's it. Okay, and they're actually investing in it. And this money, and they spending their millions. Then let them spend their millions in that crypto. Okay, let them go. Okay, because they ain't getting my $5. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Let's ask about this crypto. Let's see. What do the cards want to tell us? Okay. Come on, cards. Let me see. I'm gonna put some more sage. Like me some more sage. So they can tell us about this crypto. Okay. And the thing about it is, when you look it up and you Google it, okay, it can't even give you a clear explanation. Here's what's going on with these people. Okay. These people, these rich people, and they got all this money, okay, and they are so consumed, okay. Not all rich people, okay, because there's a lot of rich people that got their head on right, okay, but you got these folks, okay, they are so consumed with greed, okay, and they're so focused, okay, on getting money wherever the money's at. That's why they're taking away all these programs. You notice that all these programs that have I call them pots. They're pots of money. Okay, and all these pots. That's why they try to do the Medicaid. They trying to do the Medicare. They trying to do the health. They're trying to do. They even trying to do food stamps. They trying to do all this stuff. These are pots of money that the government has allotted, okay, has allotted for the people, by the people, for the people, okay? And I'm gonna tell you another thing that's got caught up in this is the hatred. The hatred. Oh, that's my tax dollars, and this is that. And I can understand. I understand. Okay, but I'm not gonna be so hateful and be consumed by it. His mega friends are losing the little money they have. Okay, I'm not going to be so consumed with hate. Okay, it's just too much. I don't know how you could feel rested with so much hate for the other person for whatever reason. Okay, when at the end of the day, okay, when the shit hits the fan, okay, one thing about Americans, they don't care. They gonna help each other out. See what I'm saying? When the shit hits the fan, you go help each other out. Because what does it boil down to? It boils down to us, we the people. Okay. When it's all said and done, we have. That's all we have is each other. At the end of the day, it don't matter what color and all this, and I can be mad at you or I'll get over it. Okay. But at the end of the day, all we have is each other. And if a crisis hits, okay, and if a crisis hits in your town, okay, after I get off the computer, okay, and your lights is off, okay, and the water pipe then busted, okay, I bet you all them folks in the neighborhood gonna get together and they gonna come up with something and help each other out, okay? I ain't seen not nan person, maybe back in the day, maybe out there where you are, but I'm here in California, and I ain't seen nan person sit up there and say, "Well, what color are you?" I don't think it matters. Okay, see what I'm saying? Y'all got to understand that, and you have to understand it with a profound understanding. a profound understanding, a real understanding. You got to know that at the end of the day, them people don't care about you. Okay. Now we done separated. We got the mega people. We got this people, that people. Okay. We in America, we're all Americans. Okay. And one thing about Americans, okay, we didn't get this far being selfish, mean, and evil. Okay, y'all let them folks come over here, just like you let them folks come over. The Indians let them folks come over here and get them for their land, drugged them up like P Diddy. Mm, that's why they tell you to say no to drugs. With that said, let's talk about this crypto. Okay, what can you tell us about the crypto? What is it? The crypto industry, crypto money? Yeah, this is, as long as we keep getting that understanding, okay, and we keep getting the understanding, and that's why we're going through what we're going through because people are not understanding, okay. It's you at the end of the day, and matter of fact, it's not even you, it's God at the end of the day. Now, if you call your God somebody else, okay, he got another name, okay, your higher power, okay, somebody up there is looking out for you. Somebody up there cares, okay. Somebody up there cares. And somebody made all of us. Okay, let's cut. Underlying card, we have thrills. That's the problem. We want too many thrills, huh? Okay, continuous cycles, bad decisions, addictions. And you know what? That can relate a lot to that crypto money. It's just thrills. People got money, ain't got nothing else to do with it. Okay. hmm Okay, so we got family, healing, and we have love affair. Okay. So we're talking about the crypto money. Okay. What is it? It's just blood ties, inner circle, family. Okay. So we just gonna disregard the family part because we don't want to get misled. But look at the blood ties and look at the inner circle. Does that tell you something? Okay. Then we got healing, self care, introspection, meditation. Okay. So I don't know what that's going to say on what about the crypto. Okay. However, I think maybe you better look within and meditate. Okay. Not be worried about the money. Okay. You better off meditating. Uh-huh. Getting you some self-care. Okay. Than spending your money on crypto. hmm Then we have the love affair. Okay. We'll say the love of money. Dirty little secret, sex fix, and the down low. Okay. Now, that's not too good. That's not too good in the future. This is the future. That's not too good in the future. Okay. Say, on them crypto, say, you don't know what it is, but they know what it is. Okay. They got the sex fix, the down low. Okay. Now, that's the last thing you need is some down low money. That's the last thing we need is some down low money. He only likes billionaires. Who only likes billionaires? You talking about Trump? Well, you know what? When that's a statement like that, okay, you got to look really underneath that word, okay? He only likes billionaires, okay? That's people with money, okay? Take out the people. What do you have? Money. Okay. So if you only like me because I'm a billionaire, then you don't like me. See what I'm saying? You just like my money. Okay. See? And it's too much of that. Too much. Okay. And now we people, okay, on the so-called the poor people, the the middle class, the main street, the poor people, okay. I don't think we have it so bad. Not when you look at these folks. Okay. Can you imagine how many times have you said to yourself, "Oh, I wish I had all this money. Oh, I wish I was rich." Okay. When you already are, you're just not counting your blessings. Okay. But I wish I had all this money and woo, 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 woo. Okay. Now look at the people with all the money. Look at them. It's not enough for them to 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 uh to sail on their yacht. It's not enough for them to have a yacht party. Not to mention, okay, if you happen to be on a boat and you see a yacht and they having a yacht party, okay, don't go over there. Okay. Because they're probably doing sex trafficking, because that's what they be doing on them yachts. Okay. They are on the water where the legal regulations are low at the minimum. Okay. And they probably drugged up. So if you hop over there and jump on their boat, you're going to be drugged up too. Okay. I'm just trying to help you. Okay. I'm just helping you. I feel sorry for the people who lost their jobs, okay, but they gonna get it back tenfold, okay? They gonna get it back tenfold. But uh, I think too is there's a lesson to be learned, okay? There's a lesson to be learned in all this about being thankful, okay? Not looking down on people. Because I know a lot of people who've had those jobs thought they were better than others. Not all of them, allegedly. Okay. Now look at them. Okay. God does things for a reason. And he's pinpointing people who probably need to be pinpointed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they did anything wrong. Okay. It's messed up. Okay. And the thing about with Trump is a lot of people are not satisfied with Trump. It's not what he's doing, it's how he's doing it. Okay. You're sitting up here and you're taking away from people. You're just taking away. You're not taking some. You're not changing the program. You're not uh, changing the stipulations. Okay. You're just taking it. You're done. Okay. And then I wonder where y'all gonna get all this money from. Okay, because now you didn't broke off your nose despite your face, because those are people were paying taxes. Duh. Okay, see what I'm saying? And here's another thing too is we are paying in taxes a lot of money, a lot of money. We can help these people. We can help that people. We do this, do that. And I'm going to tell you something, okay? Unlike the poor countries, okay, when they have a outbreak, like they had the COVID outbreak, okay? They had back in the day. What was the last outbreak they had? Was it the flu? The what was that flu that they had? Well, it wasn't the swine flu. What was the flu back in the day that killed all these people? Okay. But anyway, we, because we are rich people, okay, a rich country, excuse me, a rich country, okay, and we weren't the only rich country. There's other rich countries out there too, okay. So you get first dibs on that vaccine. You know that when they come with a cure, okay, a vaccine, a cure. The vaccine and a cure are not the same thing, okay, right? When they come out with that, it's the rich countries who can afford to pay for their peoples and get that medication that the peoples need, okay, to be healed. And America was one of them. Now you're gonna put us into the same bracket that we gonna be begging other countries for their leftovers. Remember with the COVID, and they would we were sending some of the people the vaccines because they couldn't afford to buy it. Okay. And then remember, we were sending them the vaccines before they ran out, before they expired. And what did they have? They had the vaccines, the vaccines that were frozen, the ones that had to be frozen. But then they came out with another one, and that was the popular one. So we had all them frozen vaccines, okay, still in the refrigerator, about to expire, and we gave them to the other poorer countries so that they can get help for their people. Yeah, we lost a lot of people. We lost a lot of people, girl. Okay. I mean, the hospitals had to deny the hospitals was overflowing. And it's a lot of people that didn't even get diagnosed with COVID. Hospital was overrun. They had them out in the parking lot. What was that? Where they had to make uh an extension, a hospital extension. They used the parking lot, put up tents out there and stuff. Yeah. You got people who don't believe in the vaccine or who do not believe in being vaccinated. That's all fine and dandy. If you don't want to get vaccinated, you don't get vaccinated. Just don't come over here by me. That's all. Okay. Because now that the people have been vaccinated, okay, now we are able to function, even though there's a lot of COVID and it's not being reported because they let the funding run out. So they let the funding run out, and all the reporting and all the stuff that we used to get, okay, we don't get anymore. So it seems like it's gone, but it's not gone. COVID is still real. People are still dying. Okay. They just don't fund it anymore so people can spread the word. That's what that is. Hmm. And the people's relatives, and you know how many people had to die. I've lost a few relatives from COVID now, okay, and a lot of people died by themselves. I mean, that's what I felt really bad for, is going up in the hospital and you got COVID and the people can't come see you, you dying, you can't breathe. Okay, that's scary in and of itself. In and of itself. The new guy doesn't believe in vaccines, okay? The new guy doesn't believe in vaccines. A lot of times you got these people here who are, if you say no, they say yes. And if you say yes, they say no. Okay. You got a lot of people, what do you call them? You got a lot of rebels without a cause. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, he can barely talk. You talking about no vaccine, okay? And you have people who go along with them, okay? And sometimes people go along with them, and that's what I've seen a lot of. I've seen a lot of this stuff with the COVID, okay? That people went against the vaccines, okay, just to be different, just to be different, just to make you mad because they know you're not gonna want to be around them because they got the cooties as far as you're concerned. Okay, they don't want to be vaccinated. Okay, they ooh don't cough, honey. Okay, because you're gonna clear the whole room. One cough, girl, everybody was like, okay, and getting mad. They were seriously upset. You coughing, you didn't cover your mouth. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. So if they didn't want to get the vaccine, okay, they don't get the vaccine. It's just simple as that. Don't get it. Okay. Now, why they had to make a big thing out of it and throw up signs and do protests about vaccines, just don't get it. If you don't want it, don't get it. I mean, these people was marching, holding up signs. Okay, and wait a minute. Don't forget that a lot of the people that held up the signs was the ones that dropped dead. Okay, remember that? Remember that. The people who were holding up the signs, the people who were protesting against the vaccines, and a bunch of them, okay, was in the hospital talking about on their last leg, talking about, I wish I would have got the vaccine. Okay. I got the vaccines. Okay. I got the vaccines. Let's see what else can you tell us about the crypto. Okay. See, because that just blows my mind. And I think back on that, okay, it just blows my mind. I mean, people coming out with a cure, people using their scientific knowledge, their God given knowledge to come up with something. And y'all gonna sit up here when they come up with it and protest and fight and hold up signs. Oh my God. What can you tell us about the crypto? Crypto. Okay, let's see. Underlying card. Ooh, waves, emotions, worry, and fear. Okay, that's what we got going on crypto. Okay, and they do have those waves where one minute they're not saying anything, and the next minute they trying to promote that crypto. Okay, we got narcissists, paranoid, and we got boundaries. Okay, and what I would say, egotistical, opportunist, okay, fragile. Now that's the perfect thing, okay, with this crypto, okay. It is opportunistic. They gonna start, girl, when this is all said and done, okay. You know how much information that they gonna have on Trump and the rest of them fools up in the White House. Okay, and that's what this a bunch of egotistical narcissists, okay, opportunists in this crypto market. Okay, paranoid, cautious, insecure, guarded. Okay, so a lot of people are paranoid and are really cautious when it does come to this crypto money because they don't really know what it's about, and it really is not it's not the explanation they give you is really vague. It's worse than the part D and the part B on the Medicare. You better off reading Part D on the Medicare, okay, than you are doing the doing reading that stuff on that crypto, okay. What they give you a short paragraph that ain't saying nothing, okay. Then we have right here, okay, we got boundaries, right? Disrespectful, enough is enough, and defend yourself. Now, this card right here, this ain't just for crypto. This is just in general, okay. And enough is enough. Defend yourself. Okay. Boundaries. Okay. A lot of people nowadays, now that I think about it, okay, is saying it's really too disrespectful as far as when it comes to online, okay, and it comes to others, and they want to yell, you down, okay, and drown you out. They want to bully you, okay, and that's what they were doing with the the vaccines, okay? They were trying to bully. Okay, he sells Bibles, sneakers, cards, rings. Trump, okay, you know, of all places to buy a Bible, why would you buy a Bible from Trump or sneakers? He don't even wear sneakers. Cards? What happened? What about that? What was he selling? What was Trump selling? A guitar? Was it a guitar he was trying to sell? That's crazy. Oh, and check. Speaking about purses, okay. That reminds me. Speaking about purses, have you seen? Don't laugh, y'all. Okay. Have you seen the $10,000 Gucci and Prada and all that bags at Walmart? Y'all see that? It's online, not the store. You know they not I- no, no, not the store. Online, they got Coco Chanel, Michael Kors. They got all these designer stuff that you can get through Walmart. Y'all seen that? I ain't lying. I ain't lying. Mhm. Just to show us I'm born. They got it all up there, okay? $10,000. Now, how you gonna go up to somebody and explain that you got a $10,000 purse, a $10,000 Gucci bag from Walmart? They gonna laugh you out the whole town, okay? They not gonna believe you. They ain't gonna believe you got it from Walmart, yet alone pay $10,000. Okay, they do. Let me tell you what they do. Okay, let me explain. Okay, because when I was doing business, okay, and I had a business, I used to research stuff like that. Okay, it's really simple. Oh, I hit my funny bone, and it's not funny. It's real simple. Okay, what you can do, okay, is especially if you got money. What they have is just like Walmart, Target, or whatever, okay, that stuff is made in China, okay. And what they do is they have their buyers on the other end, on the China, in China, okay, or whatever country, okay, their goods are being made. And what that buyer does is it is his job, quality control, quality control, okay, to make sure that the products that they're getting are made to a certain standard. Okay. It's not that they just add their labels. Okay. But they have to be to a certain standard. Have you noticed that the quality of goods that you go in Walmart or Target or any of these stores in America and buy are not the same quality that you get online from China, right? They're not the same quality. They're not, a lot of times, they're not even the same material. Okay. They have people on the, now you could have your own buyer. Okay. Oh, let me, my, I didn't think I would be on there this long, on here this long. And I had enough juice, but apparently I don't. Okay. We back in business. Okay. So you have a buyer over there to inspect those goods and make sure that they're the quality, they meet the quality and the standards for America, okay, in that store. What they do is the same thing, okay? Because if you don't have anybody, a buyer down there inspecting, somebody inspecting your goods and making sure that they're the quality that they're supposed to be, China sell you anything, honey. Keep it moving. And they're not doing no refunds, honey. Okay, they will take your money and keep it moving. Okay, so what they do is they have buyers or inspectors, whatever you want to call them, on that end. And some of these people could be Chinese, some of these people can be Americans or whatever country you're in, okay, that you have sent over to China to tell them how you want your goods done and make sure that the quality, the zipper, this, that, and all that, okay, that they be saying on that designer stuff is made to the exact standards, okay, before they're shipped over here. Greetings, Big Tigger, okay? And that's how they do that. Okay. So when they say that it's made in China, yeah, it's made in China, but it's made for a certain standard. Now, if you pay $25, okay, for a purse in China, ooh, you're getting some good quality. And yes, they bring it over here and sell it for thousands. That's how much of a markup that is? Too much of a markup. Okay, but that's what they do. And so now you got the Chinese and they see it because they getting all the business for the cheap labor. They know that. Okay. So do the other countries. Okay. And then they make the money, excuse me, they make all that money and they get rich over there and they come over here. Okay. And then they see how the Americans is making off with, okay, with the money, and they getting all this money. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So nobody's stupid. It's business. Yeah, it's business. Okay, but that's how it's done. But to sit up there and pay, you shouldn't even be paying that much for a purse anyway. That's what you get. Okay, I don't care how much money you got. Ain't no purse worth no $10,000. It just ain't. What you got in pure gold? And who gonna want to wear? Who gonna want to walk around with a pure gold purse? Okay, I researched this stuff. I researched it. I be researching this stuff, and that's how they do it. Just like that, the hair. The hair that they sell, all that hair they sell, that cheap hair, the hair is not as good as a quality as it used to be. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you, okay, all that hair that then fell off the floor and all that little scraggly hair, that's what, okay. You know how you tell that, okay? All you gotta do is take that bundle and just bend it over, okay, like that, and look at all the little hairs, okay, that's puff coming up. Okay. Those are fillers. Okay. Cheap hair fillers to make the hair thicker because everybody want to have that thicker. I don't know why they want to have all that hair. Okay, but anyway, they're fillers, just like in the tobacco industry. Okay, the cheap cigarettes or the tobacco that fell on the floor. Okay, same concept. Right. You shouldn't even be paying, even if it wasn't made in China. That's what are you paying that much for a purse? Okay, you see what I'm saying? And the only way they could sell it is if you buy it. And then y'all walk around here, okay, oh, I got this and I got that, okay, with somebody else's name on it. Ain't even your name on it. You can have your own purse made, okay, get you a good quality and put your own name on there, okay? And that's why they don't sell a lot of the stuff that they used to sell, So you can't make the stuff. You got to rely on them to make it. Not to mention we too lazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's why they getting away with the stuff they getting away with. Okay, now up in the White House. Back in the day, shh, it is crazy. Okay, but now we've hit we've hit ahead. Okay, we hit ahead. We something's got to give. Something's got to give. Okay, it's too much evil running amok. Okay, it's too much of everything negative. It's too much negativity. And they talking about the spiritual warfare that's going on and stuff like that. Okay, it is. Look at all this stuff that's going on. Look at all this stuff in Hollywood. Okay, look at all this stuff with the gay this, the gay that. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with being gay, but it is something wrong. Okay, when you are trying to prey on others to be gay, when you running after others. Okay, to be like you, and if they not like you, okay, it just goes. It's just the whole. It's just a vicious circle. hmm And that's where you got all this stuff with this Diddy mess. Diddy ain't the only one. hmm You got people in here going after your chakra. Okay, they talking about the chakra that can only be accessed through the anal. Okay, they got some code on that. They got what this cult Diddy in, okay, with the sex and the vibrations of the energy that can be absorbed and all. Man, if you don't go out there and go get your own energy, okay, yeah. Chakra, a chakra is it's called that you got seven chakras. Seven chakras. They call them chakras. It's some word from ancient what Indian, okay, but it means energy, okay, and they call them chakras. And you have these chakras are these circles of energy in the body. Okay, so you have a head chakra, you have the throat chakra, you have the heart chakra, you have a chakra in the stomach, you have a chakra somewhere else, you got a chakra in your butt. That's what they call, okay? And these different chakras, okay, are supposed to be energies in the body, okay? Now, do we know that for a fact? No. Okay, and who's cut up in the body, okay, and pulled out a chakra, okay, but that's what they call it. That's where that comes from, okay. And when you're dealing, and if you're dealing in cards, okay, reading the cards, and now this can be fun. You don't have to be a fortune teller to do these cards. You really don't. Okay, it's good to have intuition. The stronger your intuition, the better. They're going crazy about this stuff. They are they're going crazy about it. You're right. And we do everything in excess. That's the problem, okay? And the things when you find out, when you really find out, okay, after you've explored, you really find out that it's not all it's chalked up to be. You know what I'm saying? I look at these cards, and I do it through YouTube, okay? Because they got so many people doing these cards, okay? Even I want to do them. Sounds like fun, okay? But then some people do cards. They do more. They're not. They're doing more than just cards, okay? And then you have people who we have people that can do through the cards, okay? You have people who rely on their intuition. their psychic abilities. You have people who, and like this right here, like this oracle deck, okay, this relies more on your intuition. Your intuition, is your understanding, your common sense, okay? Some people have more than others, okay? But it's just an intuition, and you know, it's just the cards, okay? But you can't depend on the cards to tell you everything or what you need to know, because if God don't want you to know, you're not gonna know. Ain't no cards gonna help you. I'm sorry. Okay. I said what I said. Okay. And that's the same thing as the psychics. The psychics only know so much. Okay. And do I believe in psychic abilities? Yes, I do. Have I had my own psychic abilities? Yes, I've had. Okay. But like I said, you're at a limit. Just because a person is psychic, they can't tell you everything, okay? Because everything is not revealed to them. I haven't subscribed to it either, but I watch it all the time. Okay, let me see. I think I might have subscribed to two channels, but I watch like maybe 50. But I'm not into subscribing, and the reason why is you can't just subscribe to everybody. You because some people just don't. They don't click. They don't click. They don't click. Now, who I am subscribed to, and I swear behind, is Sloan Bella. Okay. She's the only one on here that I have been watching for years. Okay. And she said things that have come to fruition. Okay. And fruition. And and you can't. And if you don't get into it, that's fine. You don't get into it, because that's something I didn't get into either. I don't know how I got into it now. It just popped up on the YouTube. Okay. Just like I got into watching the videos with the when they do the pedicures on them toes and the raggedy toes, girl. You see them, you ever watch them videos on them toes, girl? Ooh, the neglected feet, honey, and the the elderly over there. It's another country, okay? It's in a whole nother country, but it's just it's intriguing. It's interesting. I watch it just to see if they're gonna be right. Okay, what is my conclusion? They're mostly wrong. They're not right. If they're right, I don't know. Okay. But I don't see them as far as these cards and stuff, and it's fun. Okay. But uh, I don't see them. It's gotten to the point now where they're just, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Do I think Musk will eventually get in trouble? That's interesting. That's really interesting. I used to think that he's going to get in trouble. I think that they are going to get in trouble. It's not the point of if, it's the point of when. When are they going to get in trouble? And we want them all to get in trouble now. But what's going on is the interference that we are getting and the pushback that we are getting. They Whether they broke the law, oh, it's against the law. Well, it's against the law, but ain't nobody getting arrested, right? And the thing with Musk, you got to realize he's not a citizen. He ain't got to get arrested. All he got to do is go back to his home, his country, if they'll let him come in, or go to another country. Because some of the people already just went to Diddy trial and ran out the country, talking about they on vacation and they just taking a break from life. I bet you why. See what I'm saying? I got to look that up. They said they had a arrest warrant for Ellen DeGeneres. Now, Ellen DeGeneres, okay, she's in it. They've got her name in it with this P. Diddy stuff. Okay, let me get my phone. And I was looking, and it said that they had arrest warrants. Now she's supposedly out the country with her wife, or she's still married. Ooh, you gotta look that up. They need to send my cards. I swear to God. I'm telling you, they really pissing me off with this. I can't believe Walmart has my stuff stuck up in midair. And that's what's getting me to some of these. Well, it's not just Musk. Musk can't do no more than they allow him to do. So you got to realize that they're not doing any more than they're being allowed to do. Okay. See what I'm saying? You notice that the Republicans have no complaints with these people doing what they're doing. And that's the problem. That's the problem I'm having. That they don't have no complaints. They ain't having no set. So they're not jumping up and saying, wait a minute. They just matter of fact, they blocking. Look at this. I got the same thing. In transit. That's all it says. In transit. Nothing else. That doesn't tell me nothing. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, so we doing okay. They saying, I don't know how much is true. It's definitely alleged. Okay. He's always he looks just weird to me. He looks weird to me. He looks weird. He looks AI. Okay. See? They're saying that they issued an arrest warrant. Okay, here it says no, there's no evidence to support the claim that there is an arrest warrant for Ellen DeGeneres. Okay, here we go. The claim originated from a viral YouTube video and social media post suggesting a judge issued an arrest warrant for DeGeneres following a recording played in Sean Diddy Combs' trial. See what I'm talking about? This is the BS that I be talking about. Why are you sitting up there putting information that this lady got an arrest warrant at a P. Diddy trial and it's not even true? Why are you putting out false uh, accusations like that? Why are you making those false claims? Okay, there should be a law. There should be a law against making false claims like that because the people are doing it on purpose. Mustard's a team mascot for Trump. Yeah, he may be the team mascot, but believe me, okay. What about all them little young boys he got? Okay, doing all the hacking and stuff that he didn't got these little teenagers. That's what the arrest warrant was supposed to be for. The arrest warrant was supposed to be, I guess, because the musician unalived himself, okay, and supposedly wrote a suicide letter, okay. So that's what I'm saying about these testimonies in the P Diddy trial, okay? That they're bringing out all these testimonies. Remember, I was telling you about it, and I'm like, these are volunteers. These are not on the record. These are not witnesses for the prosecution. Excuse me. Okay. And they're putting all this information out like that, okay, on YouTube. That's not cool. Okay. They don't even want you to sit up there and say certain words on here, or they will strike your channel or something like that, okay? But they can sit up there and let videos like this play that are just totally wrong. Totally. I never thought it would be either. It would be a big fallacy, because we hold our chest, we stick our chest out on our patriotism and supposedly honesty and stuff like that. But what's going on is the government has been from this is allegedly and this is from my understanding, okay, this is how I see it. The government has been infiltrated by, what do you call these people? I call them aliens, illegal aliens. Maybe they may be legal aliens. Okay. Oh, this is stuff like out the spy book back in the days. It reminds me of, okay, when they had the German and the Russian spies and all that kind of stuff. Well, this reminds me of that, how they infiltrated and how they got their people in place and stuff like that. Well, this is what I see going on, and even as far as the parties. Okay, they've been paid off, or they probably from that country themselves. Okay, working from that country themselves, and you even got criminals in office, blown out criminal. Okay, they supposed to be vested. You're not supposed to have no criminal background in the government. These people have criminal backgrounds, and I mean, okay, criminal backgrounds, sexual deviants, whatever they are, okay, accused of rape, minors, what do they even have murder in here, and embezzlement, all this, and they got them up in government officials got them up in the office now running the government. Okay, see what I'm saying? That should never happen. That should never happen. Yeah, his unalive. I didn't watch. I'm very familiar with Ellen DeGeneres, okay, but I don't watch her shows. Very familiar with Oprah. I don't watch Oprah shows. I never could get it. I've seen her shows. I've seen Ellen DeGeneres and all, okay, but it's not something that I turn on TV like a lot of those people, okay, turned on. Even Wendy Williams, okay. I wasn't a faithful watcher of hers either. No, he doesn't qualify. And that's the thing about it. And that's the mistake they made, okay, was they let this man run for office, though he was not qualified to run, especially with a criminal record. Okay. And then come to find out that that's not really a law. Okay. That's not even a rule that the president can't have a criminal background. That's just what something we said. Well, what the hell? You see what I'm saying? And then he's up there, okay, twiddling his thumbs. He don't even want to run. He don't even want to work. Okay. And you got all these people in there. Oh my God. And these people are just as happy as a lark. And then you got the psychic saying they have to see for themselves, okay? And it's coming, it's coming. Mhm. Yep. What's coming, and then they give you this vague story or line. Oh yeah, a lot of job losses. hmm Now they are saying, okay, I'm going to ask, okay, even though I don't believe in what I'm asking, but we're gonna ask anyway. That's probably why I'm not getting any answers, okay? As that allegedly Trump will not be wait, okay. Some people say he's not gonna be alive. Some people say he won't be in office by the end of this year. Okay. I don't have a dog in the fight. I really could care less, okay, whether he is or he's not. I'm just waiting for him to go, period. However, whenever, okay, so be it, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to move on to the next phase because this is not it. This is not it, okay. However, I do see a lot of good things coming out of this bad situation, okay. Yep, a lot of ways have been are going to be cleared, okay. A lot of ways are going to be cleared, okay, uh from this situation. Now, is Trump going to die? We're going to say that, okay. That's what they're talking about before 2025 is over with, okay. Is he going to pass away and be gone? We're going to cut the cards. Ah! Soulmate, twin flame, friendship, romantic partner. That's the underlying card, okay? You know this deck is not for this question. Okay, we got feminine energy, okay? Trap, burn bridges, okay? So we got the feminine energy, gentleness, nurturing, and mothering in the past. This is in the past, okay? What's going on right now is being trapped, okay? Stuck, no options, unforgiveness, okay? And that's the way a lot of people feel about this situation, okay? And I'm pretty sure he feels this about his own situation. I would think he would feel trapped. He would feel stuck because he is. He's stuck, okay? If it ain't the charges, the charges, the 38 charges, it's the sexual assault. If it's not the sexual assault, it's about what's going to happen when he gets out of office. Okay. He's just stuck. Either way, okay, they waiting on him at the door. Well, now we don't know what's all gonna happen and who what and who's gonna be there, but believe me, we know there's gonna be a crowd for Trump. And he's got a lot of burned bridges. Okay, so this is the future, and in the future, it makes sense. There's going to be burned bridges, lack of trust, disloyal, turn back on. Okay, so this is telling me that no, he ain't gonna be dead. He ain't gonna be dead by the end of this year. That's what that's telling me. Okay, we got some feminine energy in the past. Okay, and we got what do you say? No, now I lost words on that one. But oh yeah, okay. This reborn, okay, and I guess from him being president in 45, I mean in 2000, when was he president? 2018, and now he's been voted president again. So we gotta recycle here, okay? But now he's trapped and he doesn't really have any options, okay? Is what it's saying. So now we got burned bridges, okay? And that's in the future. And that is definitely correct in the future. And that's why I say, okay, if you got all this going in the past, present, and the future, it sounds like you still gonna be around, buddy, okay? Because there's gonna be a lack of trust and people are gonna turn their back on you, okay? So we got that going. So he's still gonna be alive in order for us to do that. That's my opinion. Well, you know what? Okay, the thing about the Generation Xers and the millennials, it may not be all that bad from them. Think about, okay, here's my thing with them, okay, is that the children that they are raising, the standards that they are raising should be higher, and they're not. And that's what's gonna bite them in the butt. Okay. That's what's gonna bite them in the butt. We got all these crack babies, okay, that have grown up and haven't learned the things, okay, that they've learned because of the crackheads. And so now it's biting us in the butt, okay? And with that said, until they start holding themselves up to better standards, holding their peers up to a higher standard. Okay, then it's just we're going to be in the same. They're going to be in a worse rut than we're in. Okay, just because it's getting worse doesn't mean it has to continue to get worse. It can turn around and get better because, like I said, there's going to be a lot of space openings for goodness. Okay. So that's why uh, I just keep my head up because I'm like, I see he's tearing down stuff. My thing is how he's doing it. He's tearing down things, but he's not putting anything in place of it. Okay. Nothing. He's just tearing it down. Okay. So he can tear it down all he wants because that just leaves opening for people to start again, people to revise. Okay. And make sure that this kind of crap doesn't happen again because this is not what America is about. It really isn't. Okay, that's why I say okay, it's something else. Something's in the water. Something's in the water. Okay, but as far as him being gone, uh, as far as unalive, okay, that's too much. Like right, say he ain't going nowhere because everybody. And I'm gonna tell you why he ain't. Because everybody want him to go somewhere. You see what I'm saying? That's just like when you look for something, you can't find it because you're looking for it. So it's like it's running away from you. But as soon as you stop looking for it and you turn your attention somewhere else, here it shows up, okay, like it ain't never left. Well, that's what's going to happen with this man. Mm-hmm. Okay, y'all stop sitting up there and wishing his demise, and stop trying to shoot him in the head. He ain't gonna live forever. You don't want it passed down to his family. His family don't even want it. Okay, don't. Oh, it's just a hot mess. They like Trump because he did the same thing they did. He was rebellious. They like that. They like you to. They want you to go against the grain. Doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. Okay, it's the matter that you go against. It's the, like I said, rebel without a cause. Y'all all this rebellion, and you don't have no cause. That's why you sitting up there. They all up in the White House tearing down stuff, and they ain't got nothing to build. They're not building anything. Okay, see what I'm saying? They don't have no cause. Okay, so let's ask the cards. Okay, will Trump be out of office by the end of 2025? Will he be out of office? Will they well, let's okay. They can vote him out. They can he may get sick. He can't hold the office no longer. Okay. Whatever the reason is, okay. Will he be in office at the end of this year? Okay. Let's see if I can get something out the cards. Okay, we're gonna cut. Okay, the underlying card, anti-social. In your feelings, silent treatment, left out. Left out. That's my word. Word for the day. Leave them out. Okay. So we got three cards. Glow up. That's in the past. New opportunities, possibilities. Okay. And then he's drowning. Okay. So in the past, we got the glow up, the new opportunities, the new career, re-election. Okay. Started things. And sheesh. uh, the successful business. Now, I don't know about successful business, but okay, you can't go wrong being the president of a country. Okay, to me, that counts as successful. Now, whether how you run it is on you. Okay, so now we have the possibilities. Okay, the possibilities is the present. Follow your dreams, make up your mind, believe in yourself. Okay, and I think that's one thing about him. I don't think he believes in himself. I really don't. Okay, following his dreams. Oh, he's a little too old for that now, isn't he? Okay, and then make up your mind. Um, that leaves me open too. Yeah, but he's refinancing them. He's refinancing it. Okay, for what? He don't even go. These people, all they want to do is refinance their livelihood, to refinance their living situation. Okay, to keep the lights on, so to speak. Just like we got to get another job. Okay, to keep the lights on. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. Okay, they trying to get all the money out of America that they can get because they trying to keep their lights on. Okay, see what I'm saying? Because if they don't have money coming in from somewhere, they're going to go broke because they're spending their money. See, here's the thing, they're spending money, okay, but they're not spending money like we spend money going to the grocery store, okay. Oh, shop for this, take the kids shopping, woo, 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 woo. They're not spending money like that. These folks is buying yachts, going to the moon. And what was the ones that got killed? That implosion. What was that submarine implosion? They went. What was they went down to the to see the Titanic. Ain't they the ones that went down there to see the Titanic? Okay, stuff like that. No, they take all the fun out of it. They just being greedy. They trying to bring us down and just take all the fun out of it. Okay, there's no fun in that. There's no fun in not being able to build your dream or even having dreams. What fun is there? Okay. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. They taking all the fun out. Okay. And now they didn't got over their heads. They didn't got in way over their heads. Okay. But they just trying to keep it cool. But like I said, they trying to keep their lights on. How about that? Okay. Because they got these mansions, because they got all this money. Okay. And they got these big houses with all that upkeep, all them lights, all them bedrooms, okay, ain't nothing but a project, okay, uh, 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 expensive project. How many rooms they got in the projects? Okay, you might as well say that because they don't even have that 20 rooms. What you need with 20 rooms? You ain't got 20 people at your house to have 20 rooms. Yeah, going to the moon. Or yeah, going to the moon. Let's see, did I think Musk supposedly been there twice, and they got them people going to the Titanic. I didn't even know they was doing that kind of mess. He was paying the people, how much was it? $100,000 each for them to go on that submarine, okay, and go into down there and look at the Titanic and little submarine. They go on tour through the Titanic, through the shipwrecked Titanic, and then that one little vessel imploded and killed everybody. Yeah, got their own jets. Jets is crashing, planes falling out the sky. Okay, so it's saying that, okay, what are we talking about? We were talking about Trump being in office. Okay, uh yeah, I don't, if he's still in office, I think it's going down. Okay, I think at the end of this year we'll be starting to see some negativity going on. As far as they're concerned, it's negative for them. It won't be negative for us, but it'll be negative for him if the future is drowning. Okay, and underwater, and water is trouble, so he's going to be drowning in his troubles. Okay. And see, look at this. He drowning. Okay, he's in over his head. He's overextended his White House stay, so he needs to hit rock bottom. Okay, he needs to kick rocks. Let me tell it. Allegedly. What you think about that? hmm Okay. Now, how about them cards? Okay, that's right. Yeah, I know you agree with me. He needs to kick rocks. He ain't the only one that needs to kick rocks. And I tell you, now that we talking about it, he ain't the only one. Some of them Democrats need to kick rocks too. hmm hmm Now, what they say, let's see, okay. They say he been boo-booing on himself. Y'all hear about that? He got to wear diaper. I'm not hopeful. You hopeful for impeachment? I'm not hopeful for impeachment. You know why? They impeached him before and he didn't go. And the Republicans would not vote him out. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm not looking forward for impeachment. Okay. And the thing about it is they can get Trump out of office. Okay. What's stopping them is the yes people, okay, the plants. I call them plants, okay, allegedly. This is my opinion. They're plants. Those Republicans and some of those Democrats who won't vote against Trump, who won't stand up to Trump, they're plants. Okay. Now, whether they undercover Russians, whether they getting paid or both, they are plants. Okay, because the only way you can sit up there and do what he's doing is to have plants. Everybody in place. He even got some people in the Supreme Court. Okay, they plants. They are standing by like this. Okay, back up, back up, back up. Okay. So you got the impeachment. Okay. Now, what was I gonna shuffle the cards? We was gonna see. Ooh, now I forgot. Oh, it was the boo boo pants. Okay, it's Trump boo booing on himself. Okay, is he in boo booing himself? Okay, that's what you tell us. Does Trump wear diapers? And these ain't the diapers for the urine, allegedly. I don't know how true it is, okay, but we need to throw some cards. And believe me, honey, I need to write these questions down, even though I hate writing down stuff, okay? Right. Because when I get my other deck, we sure gonna be answering it, okay? Matter of fact, we need some true crime cards. I'm gonna order some true crime cards. We need to get to the bottom of this, okay, people? And we gonna cut the cards, okay? We need to get to the bottom. Yes. They said that they don't even want to stand by him because he's staying. Possibilities. Follow your dreams, make up your mind, believe in yourself. That's what it say. Okay. Woo! Well, didn't he? Yeah, no, he got impeached twice. Twice. And they voted for him to be impeached, but they wouldn't do nothing about it. Okay? Yes, twice. That's why when she said impeached, I don't have no confidence in that at all. Okay. So right here we got in the past, okay, established. The Dookie draws have been established. Okay. They have settled. Okay, stop. Okay. Secure and wealthy. Okay. So let me say expensive depends. Okay. Now we got some harmony. Okay. So we got some balance, some peace, and some happiness. So maybe he boo booing and peeing at the same time. Okay. And then, oh, blocked. So in the future, it's going to be blocked. Okay. Moved on. Nothing to say. Stop calling. Okay. Mm, okay. So the Dookie Draws going to stop calling. Yeah, they say he stinks because he boo booing. They say he boo booing boo boo. Okay. Yes. Now you the president and you up there boo booing in your drawers. Okay. I would think that you could do better than that. And that's what they was talking about now. At the same time, girl, I'm trying to tell you. Okay. Now, see now you threw me off. Okay, I forgot what I was gonna say just that quick. Uh but yeah, they said they've been saying that he's been stinking, okay. And I would think with that much money, okay, that come on now. Hmm. Boo boo and pissing at the same time, okay? And he's one of them honorary types, okay? That he'll just stand there and just, okay, okay, just because he can and go in the back room. They said he had to go in the back room and clean up. Somebody had to clean him up, okay? On one incident, on another incident, they said, oh, she's, I caught it and it left again. It was about the boo boo. Uh, uh, no, his first term, he got impeached twice. Let's look that up. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he got impeached twice. And the Republicans blocked from putting his butt out. They said he kept fire. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Okay. They're saying that I don't know how much is true, okay, but it's just their intuition as well, okay, allegedly putting two and two together. That's why he's not making these long speeches like he used to make. Because he can only be out for like about 45 minutes and then he got to take a dump. Girl, you can't make this stuff up. See, I'm telling y'all too much. How many times was Trump impeached? Oh, I put unpeached. I meant impeached. Mm, mm, mm. Twice. Told you. Yeah, he was twice. The first one was in 2019, and then on charges of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. And the second was in 221 on a charge of inciting insurrection. When they did that January 6th thingy, and he just sat there, that was oh yeah, because he wanted what's his name? Donald Trump was impeached twice during his single term in office. Yeah, for that January 6th in debacle. Yep, there it is. It's in Google. You better hurry up or they take it down. Hmm. Yeah, because they know, they known to take over they're supposed to be taking over the press and all that. And uh, uh, I'm telling you, just a hot mess. And then who's going to want to be in a country that they lying all the time, giving you false news and all? You can Okay, come on now. It's just don't make no mess. But I'm gonna get off of here, honey. Okay, because I'm getting hungry and I gotta take care of my kitties. Okay, and give them they rub down. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Okay, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to find my other channel. I created a channel, but now I gotta find it. But anyway, with that said, oh, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and I thank you guys for conversing back and forth with me because it does help and it makes the video more interesting and lasts longer when you guys talk back and forth with the broadcaster. Okay, so thank you very much. Stay blessed and don't worry about it. Okay, this is gonna come to an end. You ain't got to worry about it. Okay, just be over with. Okay, but in the meantime and in between time, we're gonna talk about it. Bye.